History and meaning of Hung King's death anniversary in Vietnam. Hung King's death anniversary or Hung Temple Festival or National Death Anniversary is a holiday of Vietnam. This is a traditional festival of Vietnamese people to commemorate the merits of building the country of Hung Vuong. The traditional ceremony is held annually on the 10th day of the third lunar month at Hung Temple, Viet Tri City, Phu Tho Province, and is celebrated and revered by Vietnamese people all over the world. Hung King worship has been registered by the Ministry of Culture, Sports, and Tourism of Vietnam on the National Intangible Cultural Heritage List, Phase 1, and recognized by UNESCO as an Intangible Cultural Heritage. According to the assessment of UNESCO experts, Hung King worship has met the most important of the 5 criteria, that is, a heritage of outstanding global value, encouraging the awareness of common to all peoples and promoting that value. Origin of Hung King's ancestral anniversary. Legend has it that the patriarch Lac Long Chuan married his mother Oco and gave birth to 100 children, 50 children followed his father to the sea, 50 children followed his mother to the mountain, and the eldest son was handed the throne as Hung Vuong. Often speaking of the ancestor's death anniversary, it is often referred to as the Hung King's death anniversary. When did Hung Vuong's death anniversary appear? According to the remaining documents, the primitive form of Hung King's death anniversary appeared very early in history, more than 2,000 years ago. Under the reign of Tuc Phan, and Duong Vuong, an oath stone pillar was erected on Nha Linh Mountain, clearly stating, "May the heavens and the earth be glorious witness, the South Country will live forever in the temple of Hung Vuong, please take care of it forever." The Hung family mausoleum and preserve the Jongsun handed over by Hung Vuong. If the promise is not made, the oath will be blown and hammered by the wind. During thousands of years of history, many famous kings of Vietnam's feudal dynasties since ascending the throne have gradually established the dual genealogy of the Hung King's era, affirming the great role of the emperor's King Hung for the country's mountains and rivers. Since ancient times, Hung King's death anniversary has had a special position in the minds of Vietnamese people. The Jade genealogy was written in the Tran dynasty, in 1470 under the reign of King Le Ton Tong and in the reign of King Le Kin Tong in 1601, copied and sealed with an alkaline seal and placed at the Hung Temple, saying, "From the Triu, Din, Le, and Li dynasties, from the Tran dynasty to our reign is now Hong Du Cao Le," still with the same incense smoke in the temple in Trung Nha village. The land taxed from the past to be used for sacrifices remains unchanged. Thus, it can be understood that from the later Le period and before, all dynasties managed the Hung Temple in a way that directly assigned the local people to look after, repair, worship, and celebrate the ancestor's death anniversary on the 10th day of the third lunar month. In return, they are exempted from paying tax on 500 acres of fields, exempt from paying collection fees, and exempt from military service. In the 20th century, in 1917 during the reign of King Kai Din, the Ministry of Ceremonies officially sent an official dispatch stating that on July 25, the provincial officials of Phu Tho Province took the 10th day of the third lunar month to celebrate international every year, that is, the power for the mandarins to wear clothes to the Hung Temple to make sacrifices on behalf of the Hu court. The 10th of March was then used for the whole country. After the establishment of the Republic, the government of the Democratic Republic of Vietnam issued a decree, considering March 10th as one of the official national holidays. Civil servants are entitled to a paid holiday. President Ho Chi Minh also visited Hung Temple twice, September 19, 1954 and August 19, 1962. Here he had an immortal saying, "The Hung Kings had the merit of building the country, uncle and grandson must protect the country together." He also reminded, "We must pay attention to protect, plant more flowers and trees so that Hung Temple becomes more and more dignified and beautiful, becoming a historical park for future children to visit." There are 2 ceremonies held at the same time as the main festival day at Hung Temple. The procession of the King's Palanquin, the colorful procession of flags, flowers, parasols, palanquins, and traditional costumes starts at the foot of the mountain and then passes through the temples to the Thuong Temple, where the incense offering ceremony is held. Incense offering ceremony, pilgrims come to Hung Temple mainly for the needs of spiritual life. Each person lights up a few incense sticks when they come to the land of the ancestors to ask for the fragrant smoke to tell their thoughts to their ancestors. According to the Vietnamese concept, every handful of earth and tree stump here are sacred and the stumps and stone niches are red with incense sticks. The meeting section has many folk games. These are koan singing contests, i.e. teasing songs, a special form of Phu Tho folk song, wrestling competitions, tug of war, or swimming competitions spread at the confluence of Bok Hac River, where the Hung Kings practiced combat squadrons. Hung King's anniversary, Hung Temple Festival is also an opportunity to educate the tradition of drink water, remember the source, deep gratitude to the Hung kings who have built the country and forefathers who have been resilient against foreign invaders. That was the day when the entire party, army, and people of Vietnam vowed to forever remember President Ho Chi Minh's advice. The Hung kings were instrumental in building the country. Uncle and nephew must work together to preserve the country.